Hi brothers, welcome to my channel. This is Empress Abuna. If you've not subscribed, please do, because it's free to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Let's get into the video. Today I'm going to talk about hair care traveling essentials as requested. I travel at least about 2 or 3 times in a year whenever I can, and over the years there are a few things that have helped me when traveling, and I'm going to share them with you. So I'm going to talk about when you're in braids or weaves, and then I'll talk about when you're not and you are wearing your own hair, what you should carry along and what you should consider. Let's start off with number 1. Check the weather. Wherever you're going to, check. Now, if you are going towards the northern part, you know it's drier. If you're in the southern part, it's different. So check that. Number 2, you might also want to consider your mode of transport. How are you going there? If you're traveling by air, it's definitely going to be a huge deal when it comes to what you can carry, especially with the liquids. Yeah, I've had my fair share of carrying liquids and these hassles and all that when you're going by air. So your mode of transport will determine what you can carry. If you're going by bus, you know you can carry a lot of things. You can carry even the biggest shampoos and conditioners and you'll be fine because there's no limit on the weight. But when it comes to by air, you have a limit, and that should be a huge factor in packing your hair care products. Now, I know for most of the airlines you're not allowed to carry liquids, so do check their website when you're booking to know what you're not allowed to carry, and that even includes deodorants and lotions. So do check before you pack anything in your handbag, so you don't have to now get everything into your main luggage when you get to the airport. So that's the first thing you have to consider, or the second thing you have to consider. So let me say something small about the weather. If the weather is very dry, then you know the kind of products you have to carry. If the weather is rainy, then you know what to carry. So do check the weather for that to help you choose the products to carry. Tip number 3, if you're in braids or weaves, carry a braid spray or hair refresher. There are different sizes, 4 ounce, 8 ounce. Depending on how long you're going to stay, you may want to consider the size. And I also find that when you're going to stay for a shorter period, you can skip the big sizes and just go with the small sizes. But if you're going to stay for a longer time, like 6 months, then what you do is use a sellotape to really wrap your product. It helps keep it from spilling over and also makes the covering very firm. That is one technique that has really helped me when I used to travel like 8 hours from my workplace to home. I used to travel a lot. So like almost every 2 weeks I used to do that trip. So I had products at home, products at my work area, and one of the things that helped was to always make sure I had sellotape my products when coming down, because there were some I didn't have back home. So I would sellotape them and then keep them in my bag. Yeah. So one of the things you can do is just sellotape them. If you're going to even carry big ones, sellotape them and then it will keep it safe. Now, in relation to the hair refresher, if you're going to be there for a longer period, I recommend you get a dry shampoo to cleanse the scalp. If you're going to be there for a shorter period, you can skip cleansing. When you come back, you do the cleansing. You're going to be there 3-4 weeks, 1 month, you can go without it. You just use your braid spray to moisturize your hair and you'll be fine. But if you're going to be there for like 3, 4, 5 months, then you can consider the dry shampoo. Another thing too is you want to avoid braiding in places you're not comfortable with or conversant with. And for me, I usually go to places I know. I travel to places I'm familiar with, but then again, it's not everyone I'm really comfortable with when it comes to doing my hair. Therefore, if I'm going to braid, I do a small braid, and then when I get there and I study the terrain and then I get to know who is where and all that, then I can try a stylist there. But if not, I keep my style. When I get back, then I do whatever I want to do. So that is the next tip. Then the last one for the braids or weaves, instead of oils, I always say that you could rather carry pomades and creams. So we have creamy or lotion based growth serums. How do I put them? Yeah, so growth lotions, right, instead of the oils, to avoid spillovers and all that. And it's difficult sometimes carrying these oils around, but I find that lotions are easy to carry. Just wrap and it wouldn't pour anything. You can also carry pomades, again, easy to carry around without spilling or spilling into your bag or anything like that. And I always enjoy traveling with those ones compared to using oils. Therefore, when I travel and I have weaves or braids, those basic 4 things help me: a braid spray, dry shampoo, optional pomade, and then the last one is a bonnet, a hair bonnet, and scarves. When you have those moments where you can't style your hair, scarves help a lot to keep your hair organized and neat. And also the bonnets will help you have a better sleep at night. I tend to struggle a lot when I braid my hair, even when I'm in I use bonnets. But if you are comfortable sleeping in bonnets when you're in braids or weaves, they're going to really help you preserve your style for a long time. They're going to help you keep your style looking neat, and they're also going to help you feel comfortable at night. And also, if you're going to do a long trip like 12 hours, 8 hours like I used to, just cover with a scarf. I do that to protect my hair against the AC. I'm very sensitive. When my scalp is exposed to cold weather, I get severe headache, even with the AC. And I noticed that when I cut my hair, I struggle with my sleep for a long time until my hair grows back. And once I noticed that, I would always wear a bonnet. For a few weeks, I cut my hair to protect my hair. I have that bad reaction to cold things when my hair is exposed. So do wear a bonnet to protect your hair. If you're going to be in the plane for a long time, it helps with a scarf. Just cut it nicely, okay? And then if you're going to go by bus, of course, just put it on. And then some also even use a hood, just cover yourself. And traveling 8 hours taught me a lot of things. It did. And one of the things I used to do was, because I knew it's going to be very cold, I'll put on the scarf, put on the hood with my jacket, put on some pair of socks before I wear my shoes or my sneakers or trainers. That's how I used to dress for the 8 hours. And when I was doing 12 hours, yeah, I've been in Ghana. When I was doing the 12 hours, I would do the same thing. But one of the things I did differently was I'll wear the socks all right, but then I'll use slippers, because the longer you sit, sometimes I get swollen feet. So I do that just to ease the pressure. So yeah, those are the things you can do if you're in braids or weaves and you are traveling. Now let's talk about when it's your own hair. This is where you really need to be on top of your regimen. Like, you should really know what your hair can do and cannot do. So the first thing, again, check the weather, check the traveling method you're going to use. If you're going by air and it's going to be longer hours, definitely, as I said, scarf it up. If it's a short trip like 45 minutes, you can just leave your hair on. Your hair will be fine. Then again, your bonnet to help you sleep and also protect your hair wherever you may be. No matter how long you're going to stay there, the bonnet helps a lot. Then number 3, if you're going to be there for a short stay, like 3-4 weeks, you can carry a dry shampoo so that you can manage the stretch in terms of the washing. Then when you come back or return, then you wash. But if you're going to be there for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, these are the things I used to do that would help. The first thing is I used to carry 2-in-1 product. So I'll have a shampoo, conditioner, 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. Again, I'll set it very well. And then the second thing I'll carry is a moisturizer. Usually I'll carry Hawaiian Silky because it is multi-purpose. I mean, it's a leave-in, it's a moisturizer. You can use it before you blow dry. A lot of things. So that is one of the favorites when it comes to traveling. And then I'll just pour some in a smaller container because the bottle is big. Just pour some in a smaller container and then carry along. Then I used to carry scarves and then a bun. I used to wear buns a lot, just to keep my hair intact until I would come back to my regular stylist to get my hair done. When I had to be there for like 3 months, what I did for the first month was just wear a lot of bands and moisturize. And then by the second month, I got my students to find me their favorite salons. Yeah, so I asked them where they did their hair and all that, and by then I was comfortable in the area, so I knew my way around the place. And then I found a hairdresser who even trimmed my hair for me. So if you're traveling, just get those basics that will last you about a month, and then when you are settled in the place, you'll find someone who can do your hair. The second thing I carried when it came to staying, even for a week, was a pomade instead of oils, and I preferred that because they will not spill over basically. And I was not really so much into oiling my hair, so what I did was I just mixed some pomade with my Hawaiian Silky moisturizer. I mixed the two. Okay, I really mixed them so that I'll just apply once and for all without doing the double step of moisturize and then seal. I just mix my oil, my pomade, and the moisturizer, put all in a jar, and that was it. And I did enough to last me months, so I carry it back and forth every time. The next one I know people are going to ask is, how do you deep condition? Now, for us here, we are fortunate. Most of our stylists will have what they call a steaming cream, the deep conditioner. So once in a while, I will just go get it done and I'll be fine. But if you want to carry your own deep conditioner, I'll suggest you carry ones that are in a jar. Compared to those that are in a bottle, the bottle ones easily pour, but those in the jar, you're able to sellotape firmly, and then you just put it in a second poly bag, wrap it again, and then put it in your bag. So when you're going to package anything, wrap it, put it in a poly bag, wrap it again, put it in and wrap. So I end up having like 4 or 5 poly bags wrapped, and I know my products are secured. I can put them anywhere. Usually I prefer to put them on the, let's say, the second or third layer of my clothing, so they are stacked between the clothing, and I also make sure they are stacked between my house dresses, so if there's any spillage, I'm safe, right? So pack it that way. It's strategic, you know, you have to strategize when you're packing. So I put it in the middle and just put everything there, and I haven't had any spillage or whatever. I always make sure my containers are tightly sealed. So the last one I'm going to talk about is styling pins. Like, I carry these things all the time. When your hair is long, you need to have the basic scarves and pins, and I carry pins all the time, and they help you with styling your hair and keeping it tagged in for as long as you are traveling. So I hope these tips will help you. If you have more tips, drop them in the comments below, and thank you for subscribing. Stay blessed, nothing less. Bye bye.